They're not a classic, but 3 points.
Yeah, tough game. We said it so many times this season that every week you're facing a really difficult opposition, and irrespective of where they are in the league, they're tough to play against. And it was the same when we went up there earlier in the season, and you look at it first half, how they set up, the block, and then the kind of the man-for-man press from there, conceding on the spaces. It's tough to get it to space and behind, and I thought we showed some good moments to get it there, and then other moments where a little sloppy at times, but overall we did what we needed to win the game, and at this stage of the season that's probably the most important thing.
And it needed that moment of quality that Troy gave you for the first goal just to break the deadlock, didn't it? It needed that goal. Yeah,
and don't forget the ball from Skip's terrific. What a pass that is. And again, we knew it was the case, like I said, getting the depth when they jump like that and they leave space and they leave 3v3, 1v1s on the last line. It was a case of how do we get it there, and yeah, it's a terrific ball, good movement, and then real good composure on the finish. And same as the second goal. The second goal, again, a moment of real quality that ultimately deserved you to win the game.
Fair play to them. There's that 6 straight defeats before they came here, and they didn't stop trying, and then they got their goal. Is that a disappointment to you?
Yeah, of course. For the players as well, it's crazy. Obviously, lads are on a terrific run, and have had so many outstanding performances that actually the change room's flat there, which is it's great. It's great for me from being coaching perspective that we've got such a self-aware group. It was actually probably my job to lift them tonight rather than knock them for being sloppy at times. So the goals, they're disappointed, but as we all are, you don't want to give goals away, especially that cheap at that late in the game. So, but like I said, the biggest thing tonight I think is coming away on a tough game with 3 points.
I noticed just before the goal, probably 3 or 4 minutes before, Jamie was berating his defenders for allowing Crewe to have a shot. It's that kind of mentality that I would imagine you want in your side.
Yeah, the lads. We challenge the lads, to own large aspects of the performance. So, like I've said before, it's hard for us to actually really have major impacts, and especially in small moments like that. And when you've got guys like Jamie, you've got Skip, you've got Woz, Josh McEachran, you've got so many guys that are willing to step up and take responsibility. That has the biggest impact in performance. And I thought we did well as the first half went on, and I thought we looked more of a threat there the more the half went on.
Into the top 2.
Thanks.
You knew that was coming, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Hey, look, we'll keep chipping away. Like I said, control what we can. And that's about turning up with the right focus, the right discipline, the right intensity. And churning up performances, because that's what gets you wins, and that keeps us in the position that we want to be in.
Able to take players off in the second half with Saturday's game in mind as well.
Well, more so an element of changing the momentum. I thought in the game with their changes, and credit to Hoggy and Wrighty for the they suggested the changes, and I thought Connor had a really good impact. That did Theo when they came on. I thought they looked a little bit scared of Connor, to be fair, in terms of his just how big, how strong he is, how well he uses his body, but the intelligence he has with it. I thought the changes helped the second half and shifted it back to us kind of getting in control in their half.
One of those games, wasn't it? Even though Crewe are on this run, it would be easy to sort of think you could run over them 6 or 7-0, but it's never going to be the case like that, is it?
No, definitely not. I think we've spoken about it as a group. Every single opposition, wherever they are, you have to show them the same level of respect. And Dave's done a terrific job at the club, and you see it there. They're a young side, but they've got some really talented players that you see it second half. They can play some good football and cause you problems at times. So yeah, we have to, every single game, like we said, whether it's here on a Tuesday night against Crewe, whether it's away at Sunderland in front of 30,000, it's the same focus, the same mindset, the same behaviours that you need, if you want to be the best you can, and that's what we're constantly striving for.
We spoke about Connor Coventry just yesterday, and he's got his reward tonight with a goal. He's been tremendous, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's about time, to be fair. I think it might be the first shot he's had.
I think so. I think it probably is, actually.
It's a terrific finish, and it's since I've known Connor, I've always given him stick that he does so much work. I've always given him a bit of stick for his finishing and his goal contribution. So I'm delighted for him tonight. It was a good finish, and he put in another solid performance.
Speaking of Connor Wickham, as he came on today, he was so unlucky not to reach Scott Twine in the box earlier with that low cross.
Yeah, Connor's trained well. The last couple of weeks, Connor's trained really well. He's getting to the level that he's capable of, and you saw that tonight. I thought he was excellent when he came on. His movement, his link-up play, his composure under pressure, how he protects the ball, and then I thought he looked a threat. The one where Theo plays inside and follows. He gives us something different to Mo, which is for the team it's great to have two strikers that are in form and in a good place.
Scott Twine now holds the record for the most goal contributions of any MK Dons player in a single season. Great year for him, and I think he was quite fortunate with that pass that Connor Coventry picked up.
Yeah, of course he'll take it though. I know he's frustrated not to score the free kick, which is obviously close, but yeah, Twine is great. When you look at it, he's had such an impact, and I think I said it at the weekend. He does so much work that people aren't aware of. Even the players probably don't realise the amount of work that he does behind the scenes, and that's why there's no secret to it. The harder you work, the more you study the game, the more you try to improve yourself. The ability that he has to stay humble and still want to learn and still want to put the team first is massive, and he deserves all the plaudits he gets.
You said that there was a degree of frustration that a clean sheet was not kept. Was it also the case that there was perhaps a degree of frustration the third wasn't fouled?
Probably not, I'd say. I think it was more a case of we speak a lot around controlling the game and maintaining control, and there was just a few moments second half where I thought it became we turned it over a little bit cheaply, and that was probably more the frustration, I think, in the manner that we chased it a little bit rather than we're patient. I think if you're patient and invite them onto you like we saw at the weekend with Shrewsbury, you'll create chances. So yeah, I think probably more so that than anything.
Did it help settle the nerves when Troy's goal went in?
When, sorry?
Troy's goal went in.
Yeah, massively, yeah. To be fair, I thought he... see you, man. I thought he... actually thought he'd had a slow start, Troy, and for his standards and what where we want to get him to and where he wants to get to, I actually thought he was a little sloppy to start, and then delighted for him to get another goal. It's one thing that is massive for him, that he keeps that momentum, he keeps getting on the score sheet, especially now he's in such a good place where defensively his game's so good, you can trust him from that perspective. So great movement, great finish, great goal.
You said of course that the table is obviously still formatting, but is it good that the Dons are getting the results to put the pressure on those around them?
Yeah, the pressure's all how it's received, right? It depends on them and how they perceive pressure. I think what we can control is us turning up game after game, churning out results, churning out performances, and hey, if they feel it, they feel it. But for me, I'm not thinking around that. I'm not talking about that.